This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to find out how to volunteer, please contact LibriVox.org. She-rab Dong Bu, or The Tree of Wisdom, by Nagarjuna. Translated by W.L. Campbell. Sections 1 through 40. In the Tibetan language, the commentary of manners called the Tree of Wisdom. I do obeisance to the three deities. 1. Evil persons should be brought under control. The wise should be reverenced. Fill your treasury with honest deeds, and protect your own countrymen. 2. As regards your own secrets and those of others, if you guard these as your own dear child, he for whom all earthly things are equal will make love for man the principal affection. 3. If your wife is evil and your friend evil, if the king is evil and your relatives evil, if your neighbor is evil and the country evil, then abandon them for a distant land. 4. Avoid that friend who is greedy for wealth. Avoid a wife who is fond of fornication. If unskillful in curing and hard to please or respect, avoid such a doctor. 5. Although you know the difference between good and bad deeds, you should carry out your own work after consultation. Although you may only succeed partially, even without succeeding, you are to be admired. 6. The steadfast who speak in few words and politely are very much respected by mankind, as the sun, which coming out from the shadow, by his rays creates great heat. 7. As regards these doctrines, though you may suffer, be not anxious in your mind. When the moon has eclipsed, will it not shine again? 8. Just as for the garlands on the altars, only full-blown flowers are gathered, so a gardener, in the same way, does not uproot the plant. 9. Rewards and royal favors, the price of prostitution and praise, the hire of a boat and the rent of a dwelling. These may be asked for at once, for these 6 are not to be had after a long interval. 10. A magic spell misunderstood is poison. Indifference to illness is poison. An old man keeping company with woman is poison. A poor man's sleep in the daytime is poison. 11. Worthy men do not make many promises. But if a promise is made under pressure, then it is like a carving on stone. Even should they die, it is not altered. 12. You will come to terms with your enemy on occasion, and on occasion you will quarrel with your friends. Having learned to distinguish what should be done and what not, the clever man will always select his opportunity. 13. If you sin in speech, you will be damned. The parrot, the singing bird, and the water hen, the silent water duck, which man does not catch, their entire accomplishment is keeping silence. 14. If you keep your weapons in order, your enemy will be subdued. By wearing poor clothes, a woman will be subdued. By treatment, illness will be subdued. Ignorance will be subdued by effort. 15. Keep your resolves to yourself as a secret, like the body which lies hid in the mud. If it were not the sprouts attract attention, who would find the lotus root? 16. Although it may become perceptible, still A non-existent substance will not be mentioned. How could the peacock in the painting eat the jewels? Footnote. This refers to the story of a man who was threading pearls in a room on the wall of which there was a painting of a peacock. The peacock came out of the picture and swallowed the pearls, but no one would believe his story. DS. End footnote. 17. If anyone plans in his mind to do evil, he always uses pleasant words to the other. When the hunter sees the game to be killed, he sings a sweet song to please it. 18. Whatever your thought or opinion may be, it should be clearly impressed on all men's minds. They are thus brought under your control, as by the wish-granting gem. 19. It is easy to live by carrying the loads of others. It is easy to dress in tree bark in the forest. It is easier for men to die than to spend their days quarreling. 20. The root principle of mankind is not to quarrel. What would you do with wealth obtained by quarreling? What would you do with wealth and life obtained by pride and the suppression of good? 21. He who undertakes work which he cannot carry out, who vies with the multitude and disputes with the powerful, who lets a woman know his thoughts. The 4 gods of death sit at his door. 22. Regard not an evil prince. Regard not deceitful relatives. Regard not a lustful woman. Regard not a great sinner. Footnote. The Ji-shi Ka-chen Trondrup says that this is read to mean, may I not see, etc. End footnote. 23. He who can go anywhere, why should he be injured through his attachment to his own native land? The evil man says, it is my own well, and saying thus, drinks the brackish water. 24. A highly learned man has 2 forms of felicity. Either he will abandon all earthly interests, or else he has much which could be abandoned. 25. He whose glory has left him, and whose efforts have become meaningless. When a holy man becomes impoverished in this way, he is unhappy, except in a forest. 26. The career of a holy man is of 2 kinds, like a flower waving its head, which is either honored by all in the world, or else disappears alone in the forest. Life which perishes naturally in a moment has this as its essence. As your actions and intellect are undeveloped, remain modest in society. 28. An anthill increases by accumulation. Similarly, eye medicine is used up by distribution. The to be feared grows less by association. That is the thing to understand. 29. The anthill and honey, the waxing moon up to the full, the possession of kings and beggars, increase by gradual accumulation. 30. Do not be excessively covetous. Great greed entails punishment. If you are stultified by excessive covetousness, you are like the fox that was killed by the bow. Footnote. The fox bit the bowstring and was killed by the poisoned arrow. End footnote.